What's up, guys? We are back with another video. If you are new here, my name is Sammy, and this is the new family edition, Gremlin. And looking back, I probably shouldn't have named him that because that's precisely what he is. Don't name your cat after a tiny monster. Grimmykins. If you are new here, my name is Sammy and we are the Mermaid Gang. This is where you can come and suspend your disbelief. I am your favorite manifestation coach and your favorite YouTuber. So if you would like for me to help you dissolve whatever is between you and your manifestation, go ahead and sign up for coaching with me right here. The video is probably extra bright today because it's daytime. I'm filming in daytime today. Whatever. I want to talk about states. This whole states versus affirming bullshit. I want to talk about it. This shit is so dumb. Let me break it down for you idiots and people who have been subject to these idiots' information. They're not comparable. A state is a location. Affirming is a method. A state is a house. State, house. Affirmation, car. Not comparable. Not even in the slightest is it comparable. You need one to get to the other. Okay? That's like the best comparison I can think of. You guys of comparing states to affirmations is like comparing a cat to cat food. They're two different things. A state is a location. Affirmations, affirming is thinking. It's a method. Although I don't consider it to be a full method because you think every day in one way or another. Even if you don't have like audible thoughts, you use your brain every day. If you don't use your brain every day, you know what? I'm wrong. The people who think states and affirming are the same thing or comparable, you don't use your brain every day. You got me there. You're not using your brain at all. None of you. All right, so let me break it down for the ones who do want to use their brains. A state is your state of consciousness. Okay, your state of consciousness. That's the... Let's start from the beginning. Let's speak scientific terms. There are infinite realities, okay, for you to choose from, aka states. States, realities, same thing. Affirmation states, not the same thing. States, realities, same thing. Literally the same thing. You can't compare those two either. Don't even try to start a method talking about states versus reality because states are realities, okay? States are realities. You have infinite options for what state or reality you can be in. Infinite, meaning every possible thing you could ever think of experiencing, you can experience it if you choose that state/reality. How do we choose a state/reality? By affirming, aka thinking. Okay, state/reality, affirming/thinking. Affirming is thinking. Thinking is affirming. You with me? Affirming and thinking, same thing. States and reality, same thing. Affirming and states, not the same thing. When you're affirming, thinking, as if you are the person who has what you want, or you are thinking from the reality/state that you want to be in. That is how you get into it. You cannot enter a state without first experiencing the state here. No matter how you word it, no matter if you call it feeling the inner man, fulfilling the inner man. What the fuck are y'all saying on Twitter and all these bullshit sites? What the fuck are y'all saying? Fulfilling the inner man. You don't even know what that means. Shut up. Shut up. You don't even know what that means. You have no idea what you're even saying. No matter what, in one way or another, you have to experience it here before you can enter into the state, location, state, where those experiences exist. It goes the same for people. There are infinite versions of people. The person you're experiencing today, who is not who you want to experience, is not the same person that you will experience tomorrow if you were to affirm as if they are who you want them to be. You're not changing the person, you're selecting a different version of them. And it's so subtle, because there are infinite, that the changes are very unnoticeable. Even Neville talked about that you'd think it would have happened anyway. Because there are infinite versions, the changes are so subtle just based on what state you're thinking from. Why do we experience the same shit every day? Because 90% of people, by habit, by habitual thinking / affirming, are thinking from the same state, choosing the same thoughts every single day. You're selecting your state when you're selecting your thoughts. So whatever thoughts you're selecting every day is the state that you enter into, okay? Which is why you can go in and out of a state, which is when you feel like you can't keep your manifestation. I'm going to talk about that next, but this I felt like was more important. I'm going to teach you how to stay in the state in the next video. Entering into different states by the thoughts that you're selecting constantly. Most people are in a habitual pattern of thinking because that's how our brain works. Our brain goes to what's familiar the most. So the reason that we use repetition, the God forbidden Voldemort of the manifestation community, because we use repetition to familiarize our minds with the state we want to be in, to familiarize our mind with the thoughts that we want to consciously select all the time. Right now, you're stuck in a habitual pattern of some sort based on your childhood, your experiences, whatever reason, you're habitually changing the same thoughts, which is selecting the same state experiences every single day for the most part, with slight changes here and there. Okay? When you start to change that, because you're still in this old thinking pattern, aka you still have this old neural pathway, if we want to speak scientifically, you are needing to build a new one. The way you build a new one, science, Google it, is with repetition. It is not some godforsaken torture tool. It is how you rewire the brain. But even if you're one of these gifted humans who can just decide, which again, I totally believe in. The reason I don't teach just deciding is because it's not fucking helpful. But even if you are, say you're the person who can just decide. Guess where you first decide? I'll give you selections, A, B, and C. Do we decide in the 3D? No. Do we decide on Twitter? No. Do we decide in our minds? No way. You mean no matter what, the experience starts here? We have to mentally decide? Bestie, that's basically affirming. Affirming doesn't mean constant repetition. It's just words of affirmation just mean you're saying something or you're thinking something. It's just another word for words. It's a statement. So even if you state something once, it's still an affirmation. My issue is when I ask someone, when they say, oh, I don't do any methods, I just decide, or I just move into the state. Well, how? No one can elaborate. I've not found one person to elaborate how they move into this state of the wish fulfilled without thinking from it. And when I say thinking, I don't mean repetition of affirmations. I mean, in one way or another, having an inner experience, whether it be emotionally and mentally, whether it be affirmation, whether it be scripting, no matter the method you use. Remember, methods are not states. States are not comparable to methods. I've yet to find one person to explain to me how they move into this state with zero method. Because the only way to select a state, a reality, is to first experience it here. You have to first either feel, which starts with the mind because feelings are a manifestation of thoughts. One way or another, you've got to have the experience here first to get into the state, whether you do it once or it takes you 100 times to move through the resistance. You still have to have an inner experience first to get into the state. So let's stop the bullshit. Let's get over this new trend because it makes no fucking sense and y'all sound stupid. Let's stop confusing people. Guys, my subscribers, new viewers, whoever, lovely, lovely people who are just trying to figure out how to be in control of their own life, please stop getting your information from people who can't even show you their face or tell you their real name. If you don't know who they are, it's a good chance they're probably lying and they probably don't know what they're talking about. And let's stop getting information from anonymous filled sites. Reddit, Tumblr, Twitter. Let's go back to trusting real faces. Not just me. There's plenty of other good coaches on YouTube. Even there's some good coaches on TikTok where you can see their faces and their names. But I still stand by what I've always said. If you're watching something and it gives you that feeling inside or that worried, like that twinge inside that doesn't feel good, stop the video. That's your higher self telling you this is not correct. This is not true. It's your intuition saying this is not right. Anything that makes you feel bad is not natural to you. You're a being of good, happiness, joy. That's your natural state. You've been conditioned to feel way less than that. But you still have your intuition that's going to tell you, hey, this is not correct. It doesn't feel good. If it doesn't make you feel good, the information's wrong. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. If it doesn't make you feel good, then it's not good information. Let's recap. Affirmation, method, state, location. We use affirmations a lot of times with repetition to get into the state of the wish fulfilled, meaning there are infinite realities, infinite states, and to select one, your thoughts are what select, okay? Your thoughts and beliefs are what select. So if you don't have a belief, but you want to have a belief and you want to select a certain reality, you first have to experience it here. And a lot of times it takes repetition because your mind wants to select what it's familiar with. Whatever your mind is selecting, if it's not what you want and you wouldn't want to experience it, you need to rewire it. So that's where we use repetition. It's not some terrible torture method, like I said. It's just the way it works. And you can definitely manifest yourself to a point where you can just think from the state one time and enter it. But I'm trying to teach realistic methods here that can help everybody. If you're someone who can just easily into a state, then why are you here anyway? I'm trying to help people who have been through the ringer with all this shit and they're confused and they don't know what to do. There's too much bullshit information out there. There's no actual instructions, especially from the people who say they can just right into a state. They never can elaborate. I'm here to elaborate feasible ways for you to change your state and select the realities you want and be in control of your life and be in control of your experiences and only select the experiences that you want to have. That's what I'm here for. I don't give a shit about anything else. I don't give a fuck what they say about me on any platform. I don't care about none of that. I'm not here for them. I'm here for you. Okay? I don't care. You don't need to let me know, oh, well, what about when so-and-so says this because they say you're wrong about that? I don't care. First of all, it's your reality, and whatever you assume to be true is what's going to be true for you and your experience, no matter what they say, no matter what I say. It's based on your assumptions, not my assumptions. Your reality is based on your assumptions. Second of all, I'm not here for them. I'm here for you. If you choose to trust me and it improves your life, that's all I care about. If you don't, That's not my problem. I'm here to help you as best I can. It's ultimately up to you what you believe. If you keep putting yourself through the ringer by looking up information on these really unreliable sites like Twitter, Reddit, forums where you don't even know who's posting information. It could be a 15-year-old girl. It most likely is that you're listening to, that you're taking life advice from. So, and at that, people who change every time a new trend comes up. So what they're believing and teaching you right now, if that goes out of trend, you're going to be really confused again for about the third time, because they're going to change what they're telling you works. They were just all for affirmations 6 months ago. Now it's affirmations are the devil. They're terrible. They're shunning everybody that believes in affirmations. And it's states versus affirming, which is fucking ignorant in the first place. That tells me right there that it's children or people who genuinely just don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're doing it for attention. And they just like having a community where they can be mean to people and have no consequences. That's all they are. If a coach or a LOA account changes with trends, I highly recommend you stop consuming their content. The law doesn't work that way. The law doesn't change. It doesn't change for 15-year-olds with Anon accounts. It doesn't change for Anons on Reddit. It doesn't change for the coach who hates Sammy. It doesn't change because you don't like it. The law is the law. Hence why I teach from experience, and my experiences have been the same for the last 3-4 years. I use affirmations still. So I'm going to teach you what I know works, and what you choose to do with the information is on you. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we out.